In this video, we're going to learn how to use the len dunder method in Python. So Python has a built-in len function which we can use to determine the length of things like lists. So for example, if we pass the function the list containing 1, 2, and 3, and we output the return value using print, and if we save the program and run it, we'll get a length of 3, which makes sense because that list has 3 items. Now, what we can do is define how objects of a class type should behave when they're passed to the len function. To do this, we have to define an len dunder method inside the class. So for example, if we have a class to represent orders, we might have as part of the init method a parameter items, where items is the items in this order. And we could set an attribute items equal to that parameter value. So then we could create an order object with order is equal to order, and let's set items to a list of some items. We'll have maybe pizza and pasta and maybe salad. And right now, if we try to use the len function with an order object, it's not going to work. So here, if I had order underscore length is equal to, and I pass the len function our order object, right now, if we save the program and try it out, we'll get an error. It says object of type order has no len function. So what we could do is define the len dunder method. Now dunder methods are also known as magic methods, and we could define it like this. We could have def, and then we'll have len with self. And we'll say that the length of an order is going to be the number of items in the order. So we're going to return the length of the items list with return len, and we'll pass it the items list. Now, if we save the program and try it out, we no longer have an error. We could output that order length too. So down here, we'll have print and length colon, and we'll output the order length. If we save the program and try it now, we get 3, which makes sense because our order has 3 items. Now exactly how we define the len dunder method is really up to us as the authors of the method and the problem we're trying to solve with our class type. But that said, the len dunder method does have to return a non-negative integer. So if this method tries to return a negative integer, for example, like -1, if we save the program and try it out, we'll get an error. It says len should return greater than or equal to 0. We also can't return something like a floating point number. So here if I have return 1.5 and save the program and try it out, we'll again get an error. So the method does have to return a non-negative integer. Now, if we use an object in places like an if statement condition in Python, the object will evaluate to a truth value, either true or false. By default, all objects without a bool or len dunder method will evaluate to true. If there is a bool dunder method defined, it's this method that's going to be used to determine if the object is true or false. If there is no bool dunder method defined, but there is an len dunder method defined, this method will be used to determine if the object is true or false. If the len method returns 0, the object is considered false. If the len method returns more than 0, the object is considered true. So for example, right now our order object has a length of 3. So here, if we have if order is true, output order is true. Otherwise, we'll have else, output order is false. Right now, we expect order to evaluate to true. If we save the program and try it out, we do get order is true. If this list here had no items, that means our len dunder method is going to return 0. And in this case, order is going to evaluate to false. So if we save the program and try it out, we do get order is false. So that's another role that the len dunder method can play. So this is how we can use the len dunder method in Python. Check out portfoliocourses.com, where we'll help you build a portfolio that will impress employers.